Hi, Office of Christ team. How are you guys doing? I just wanted to share with you the moment that I just had with my guides. And I was actually contacted by a new guide from Egypt who is Thoth Hermes Trisgestus, thrice great. And it's a very honorable experience that I just had. I literally just came out of a massage in our hotel, and I had this experience during the massage. So I had requested a few months ago for Thoth to connect with me, and suddenly I realized during the massage he appeared before me, he was hovering right above me. And just so you guys have some background on who Thoth is, he was a scribe. He was like a godlike being who was the first one to put pen and paper. He was the one who invented the concept of writing for the first time with pen and papyrus in Egypt. So he revolutionized human history, and he revolutionized human history by introducing the concept of record keeping. Before that, they had to chisel on stone to keep records. So he was also a very powerful divine father, and he was the most powerful magician ever known in Atlantis. He was present in Atlantis as well as Egypt. And he was known like a keeper of wisdom, and he was a very powerful godlike being. Like his word could freeze a person in their tracks. So the reason I was connecting with Thoth recently is Merlin was just sharing with us that he's planning to come to Croatia in his Thoth costume. And I just shared the emerald tablets of Thoth with Merlin. I said, hey, if you're connecting with Thoth, it's a good idea to read his teachings. The emerald tablets are very cryptic, so you can't understand it with your logical mind. You have to absorb its frequency, and the letters in that text contain fire codes that activate the fire codes in your DNA. So there's a correspondence happening in your DNA when you're absorbing these words. Just looking at the words can activate you. So I shared that with Merlin, and I began to read the emerald tablets again, and it was like electricity running through my body. This was like a week ago. Then today in the massage, suddenly Thoth appeared right above my head, and all I could hear was Thoth Hermes the Great. And suddenly I realized, holy shit, he's actually here, and he's answering my call from months ago when I requested to connect with him as a guide. And I just fell in humility. I fell in utmost gratitude, reverence, and respect. This was such an honorable moment, and I was in awe. And I said, I vow that I will do everything within my power to deem myself worthy of your teachings. And I said, Master Thoth, I invite you into my life. I am blessed by your presence. And my soul started saying prayers from my heart for him. And my soul said, the fragrance of your footstep lights up my heart, and I submit myself and I surrender myself fully to your teachings. And I was getting very emotional in the massage too. And I said, please bless me with your light. And then the massage therapist started head massaging me. And in that head massage, I felt as if I was getting a soul braiding, like as if a part of my higher self is suddenly merging with me. And it felt like these lights entering the top of my crown. My crown was fully open, and I felt like these lights were crisscrossing through me like snakes. Like snakes made of golden light were crisscrossing through me. And I was being shown that by my guides in that moment what was happening. They said, you're going from fifth dimensional consciousness to a sixth dimensional consciousness. Right now, that's the process my soul is going through. And they said that in the fifth dimensional consciousness, everything is unity consciousness, like you're connected to each other, but you still retain your individuality. And they said, when you come close to sixth-dimensional consciousness, you become a hive mind. It means you've completely annihilated your ego to the extent that you can be one with all of your sixth-dimensional higher selves. So my soul was braided with my sixth-dimensional higher self from the family of Thoth. And they were actually preparing, without me knowing it, my guides were actually preparing me for months for this occasion. And they even gave me the task to produce a music track. So I produced, I'm actually close to finishing the first House of Ra music track. It's going to be a very powerful track that we will present in Croatia. And I'm close to finishing that with my friend Adam, and it's just being mastered in the studio right now. And it's a very powerful sound frequency. And they were saying that they were, through this music production, they were allowing my soul to open up its seventh dimensional chakras. And that's what allowed me to be able to have the apparatus to connect with Thoth at this level, like a soul braid merger level. And Thoth also said that next month he will channel his teachings, which is called the Hermetic Principles, which forms the fundamental basis of all magic that was practiced in Egypt. Sorry, my finger slipped. So let me finish my thought. Yeah, he's going to be channeling the Hermetic Principles, which form the basis of all magic that was practiced in ancient Egypt. And Thoth was one of the mystery school masters who used to teach initiates. His solar initiates were able to reach very ascended states because of his teachings. So he's going to be giving us like the ABCs of his magic, and we will offer this in next month. And right after this happened, I went outside the spa when after my massage, all this happened. And the sun was like full on shining bright. And I just stayed there in the sun. I took off my shoes and I just allowed it to absorb in my body for half an hour. And it was very healing. And during that sunbathing time, all I could hear was, this is all happening because it's meant to happen. And it was written in the stars. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love you guys.